sense something nearby?
Venom, chainmail, blitz boots.
The lying Xenos are playing us like puppets. I sense new webs of foul intrigue weaving about our hands. For my sharp senses.
What is the matter, prisoner? You've been content with your lot for years, and now you clamor for freedom. A belated show of courage.
Morak.
So Shun, do I go talk to the Machinator guy, or do I need to do something else, or what?
Over there!
Dude, they gotta stop giving me like 2-second notice on this.
Did you hope to see an Azuriani fail?
Yes.
Know your duty.
I sense that we are drawing closer to our salvation. However, the Farseers from my world are still in there, somewhere in the depths of the spire. I cannot abandon them. This place is... Oh, there's something I forgot to tell you. I never forgive a traitor, you filthy Xenos scum.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
It's kill them myself, like me personally, Inquisition. And I've been dragging her along, and she's been annoying me just long enough that I decided, no, Inquisition, I'll handle my own dirty work. How do I get out of here?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
What is it, rogue trader?
First turn, because that allows me to get him going without having to worry about it. Psych gains the SID.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
What ails
Do
you?
you require...
Blessed is von Valencia's bloodline.
I don't know, things were getting a bit too xeno-hugging for me, and I was just done. I don't have time to go look for them. I have a chance of escaping. Do you know how many humans escape
We are
Gamora?
bound by the blood of martyrs.
No, neither do I, because they're too scarred to talk about it.
We should deal with this.
Players controlled by unknown mechanisms. So what, do I have to talk to Madman McCrazyhead? Or what? You survived, Specimen. What a woeful lack of ability to follow orders. You were supposed to die, be it in the arena or in the chasm. However, the servants of Azereth will soon remedy your blunder. Hello, Francis, I have not missed you either. Specimen, you might have noticed Homunculus' limbs simultaneously gesture at the massive construct supporting the force field around him. This version of the Stifler blocks both energy that bleeds in from beyond the veil and any physical attempts to intrude inside its range. You attempt at conversing is pointless. Simply continue on the way to your demise and do not disturb me. Yes, you are safe for now, but as soon as you step out from behind this field, who knows what shadowy corner will catch you. This could mean your death. Then again, perhaps you will not come out. You might sit here for a day or two, a month, a year, forever sitting and trembling, small, frail, and human, trapped in a prison of his own toys and fear. Which of us is in the cage now? Stifler is enormous and resembles the devices you've seen before. There's no doubt that its purpose is to suppress warp manifestations. However, you notice a few details that are out of step with the construct's otherwise typical Drukari design. Several of its parts were made from material foreign to Gamora and fused into its frame by an unknown force. What happens if I destroy the construct? You must be thinking that the moment you do, Gamora will descend into demonic mayhem and the Valorous rogue trader will have a ride. Will have rid the universe of the abominable Drukari and finally flee these dark halls. Before that happens, specimen, the daemons that will arrive will rip your flesh to shreds and devour everyone in sight. While you are busy writhing in agony, I will have enough time to put everything back in order. Slightest, does that make you mad or simply arrogant? I alone acted without fear. I dove deeper as the scalpel doves the flesh. I have designed devices to cycle breath, creating a weapon that will make the warp itself tremble, and I am using the raging power of suns as sustenance for a weapon. I know no fear, for in my mind it is no inconceivable, only the unconceived. You behind it? Of course, my masterpiece needed an unthinkable amount of energy, but how could I let something as trifling as the unthinkable stand in my way? The star you called Rykad was stolen at my behest, as were many before it. Monkey knows Santiel's pride. I only recently took it, son, while you were busy spilling witch guts on the arena floor. It's amusing to watch a pathetic planet freeze to its core. How fascinating is such a paltry sacrifice to the lives of several million Monkey to serve something as great as my masterpiece. Shots finds its mark. What have you done? A curse upon you, Monkey.
The holy Xenocide is its own reward.
There
What
we go.
was that whimper, monkey? Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Woe to you.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Let the true master inflict the pain. If I may.
The fame-hungry come. challenge you, damn get.
Your death is approaching. I'm not a vessel for pain. I am its master. Behold! You call this a strike? Watch! With grace and manners, I can taste my blood. Don't distract me. It is handled.
I don't know why I did that.
Behold.
Bow to me.
I shall endure everything with unshakable faith.
Follow my lead. Indeed. I will do my duty. At your beck and call. It will be done. At your beck and call. Victory is imminent. I'll take care of this one.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Dang. Didn't think that out well, did I?
Let's see to it. Naturally.
Runes out of your bones! By claw and fang, the foe will be torn asunder! So it shall be. Become the All-Father for the instrument! See how the wolf succeeds! So it shall be! Stroke of luck. Comes play.
Rejoice in service! Power resides in the will of the righteous.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. As duty demands.
Know your duty.
I guide you.
What is
My faith is my shield.
Well, Gamora is gonna suck here in a minute. Oh, I'm running really late, and I don't like it. This is a whole nother
The
freaking
divine
problem.
watches over us.
Do you care if I finish it, Shen? I think I'm about there. Assuming there's not 36 things to do between now and then, one should hope I walk up the stairs, fight the chick, be done with it, and that's that. Wait, what? Mars, he spends several minutes rifling through the items on the tables until he stops, having noticed something. With a satisfied growl, he draws a long, pliable, spiked whip from the pile. You hear a click, and an icy blue glow ripples across the whip's smooth surface with a slight crackling sound. I did not find my shadow field generator, and my toxin kit is gone too, but at least I found my favorite toy. Do you know what this is? Any object you call your favorite toy cannot possibly be anything good. On the contrary, I have exceptional taste. An agonizer, an electrical disintegrator that acts upon the nerve impulses. This particular one is too fine a piece to be used in combat, but in a torture chamber, the Drukhari have slipped clearly familiar with the feel and weight in his hand. An exquisite instrument of pain, total impulse control, can deliver sensations as subtle as a whisper or incinerate synapses. While you're in my retinue, you can forget about such abomination.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
I think I'll double check grenades. What's up, lamos? What's up, nerd? Miserable vermin. Highnesses hisses through her teeth upon seeing you. Despite blazing bared teeth, you plainly discern what is in the Drukhari's heart. Fear. I will see to it that death comes to you slowly. Hey, it's not my fault, my former Dracon. My inept executioner, have you found yourself a new master? Before your soul perishes in the maw of she who thirsts, I will teach it pain. The kind of pain you have never known in your whole existence. Toys for pet homunculus. I have grown tired of the games and machinations you've ushered into my realm. Prepare to die, Archon Numerous. Die, ha! You are the only one who dies today. After I am done with you, I will pay a visit to real space to observe the terror wrought by my cabal. Do you know, Monkey, that so many of your kind have had their lives cut short at the hands of their own kin? I used you to purge the ranks of the cabal, to clear all obstacles from my path. I used you to accomplish my goals. I colluded with your kind, despite your much vaunted hatred of the Xenos, which ought to have prevented any of you from even considering such a thing. You purged the ranks of the cabal and cleared all obstacles from your path. Even in that you failed, you talentless wretch. I am still here. I will be the one to purge the reaving tempest of you. Blessed throne. Sighs and shakes his head in sorrow. It seems the Xenos admission had aged him 5 years. My servants are heading out on a new hunt as we speak. What will become of their prey? Which lights will wink out in the void? How many monkey will perish in the darkness? You will never know. I will destroy you, Xenos. Such amusing loftiness coming from an insect. Your toy god cannot help you, and nor can he help your fellow kin. That delectable prey still confined to the bounds of real space. The boundless darkness of real space.
Pure Xenos. The sound of frightened prey. Ah, tantalizing.
Hey, he can actually get me covered.
Isn't this a job for the Souls?
You paid for this in blood.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may,
Your last stroke of luck.
So shall it be.
Enjoy some tears of repentance.
Is that all you've got?
You call this a certificate?
Wolves reign.
You will pay for this in blood.
None can do better than a warrior of the Allfather. So it shall be. The wolf is on the hunt.
I will savor your delectable anguish. With grace and manners. I will herd the prey. Behold. Don't distract me. Bring it on. Your last stroke of life.
I will go down with you.
Try harder!
I will not be deterred. And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service. Actions will speak louder than words.
It is behold. A euphoria of anguish! Kneel before me, pray thing! Not enough!
The Emperor
Oh,
commands.
dang it. I didn't do it right. I'm gonna take a hit for no reason.
May my wrath be thy undoing.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. for the another thirst.
Foul breath.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I will not be deterred.
You call this a strike?
Who?
And so shall it be done.
Broken already?
A tactically sound approach. It will be done.
Tell that turret
That's
you
not the
hate it,
Seneschal's job.
then kill it.
Indeed. It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand. Victory is imminent. I will do my duty.
For the throne's glory. I won't object to it. I'll put my psychic abilities to use. But of course, Lord Captain. Naturally.
Me? As duty demands.
Pay for this in blood.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
He's got like 100.
By the wolf's eye, perish!
You know what? It'll have to suffice.
My hand is thunder! My
You know
strike
what I
is
have
ruin!
as a backup? Kick the base.
Taste my blood.
Corpse play!
You call this a strike?
Back. You
If I may,
I hunger for battle. So shall it be.
You will pay for this in blood.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. So shall it be. My hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. Comes. See how the wolf succeeds.
Watch. Don't distract me. The vessel of pain. I am its master. Behold. With grace and malice.
read tomes of military tactics. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Another step towards our ultimate victory. Rejoice in service. The Emperor commands.
My place is at the hall. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed. Someone else can do this. At your beck and call. I'm not interested.
At a minimum,
It will be
you're
done.
not shooting anymore. But
No
we might
matter
still
the
right now.
cost. I will do my duty. Indeed. It will be done. Reduced to dust. Follow my lead.
Alart's supposed to be old, though.
Victory is in.
Old age and treachery.
I won't object. Nothing stands against me. For the throne's glory. But of course, Lord Captain.
Your last stroke of luck.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Last.
I am a navigator. Another foe painted black. If only that were possible. Do not dare ask. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oh.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
The fame-hungry come. So it shall be. I will carve runes out of your bones. None can do this better than a wolf.
Yuria, look at this. Your enemy's soul is in the palm of your hand, under your complete control, at the mercy of your desires. It's not the greatest revenge for past wrongs. Does this thing offer any practical benefit? It does. Yumerus' suffering will give me strength on the battlefield. Perhaps one day I will want to replace her soul with the essence of another, more worthy opponent. But that will not come to pass anytime soon. Mandrake. The Mandrake's words are barely comprehensible. The Draken didn't offer a sacrifice for our deeds. The Draken must become sacrifice. Fears the consequences of someone's actions have caught up with them. Should have called out of the abyss your wretched kind call home. Consider our pact broken, as Zakai did not hold up his bill of bargain, so I had to finish the job myself. There's not the sacrifice was made. Make the sacrifice, monkey. Your tribe never relents. The tribe will find you. Drone's mercy, Lord Kappa, and what an extravagant enough to get yourself a pet Xenos, and now we discover that he comes with a whole gaggle of his kinfolk. Mind your tongue before I cut it out for you. The Mandrakes care not about the monkey. The Mandrakes want me, even if they were to grow bold enough to come for me. What would be quite amusement to behold. With pure heart I will raise horn and praise to the Allfather on the day the sharp-tongued scum's eyes. Foul Xenos may be a meager trophy, but he is still our trophy. Giving him up without a fight to this talking mop is shameful. Lord Captain, these creatures as if they absorb the colors. Grant you the pleasure of torturing this vicious freak to death? I think not. You will pay, monkey. You will pay in your whole pack for this one Draken.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
I mean, that's cool. I don't care. Very busy ridding myself of my problems. Ooh, Shadowfield. Into the webway. Hurry now.
With the physical horrors of Komora behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness.
Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back home.
Pretty sure this is Janice. Old man, poorly shaved commoner in worn coveralls, eyes you with suspicion. He's clutching an auto gun that looks like it is one careless reload away from falling apart. The man narrows his eyes and inquires, "Oi! Who are you lot? You're bandits, are you?" "I'm the master of this planet, Uriel von Valencius, and I require something of you." "Blessed throne, you're joking me, his lordship. In these here backwoods, what an honor, a big ol' honor this." The man drops to his knees and tries his best to hide his travesty of a firearm, pretending that he was not just pointing it at your chest a moment ago. "I'm just a low-born, a small, humble man. I've only ever seen your lustrous visage on the holy icons in the temple of the capital." "So who are you?" "I'm a scout, your lordship. I wander the woods. I test the soil." Scratched off. The tech priest told me once 1,000 steps you've walked, thrust a mystical probe into the soil, say a prayer, then press the Smaragdine seal, offer 3 prayers to the emperor, then press the ruby seal. Thus will the probe test the land and tell you the minerals that dwell therein. I need a shuttle and some means of contacting the astropathic choir so I can summon my void ship here. In a jiffy, your lordship. Please be welcome to our flying ferry. It's over yonder in the brush. It's where our expedition's Vox Wizard is staying. We're back. It is good to be back. High-ranking officers beam with genuine happiness. Danrick steps forward and solemnly says, "Welcome to the bridge, Lord Captain. Like the rest of the crew, we are overjoyed by your return and thank the Emperor for it." The crew stares in awe and terror at the giant towering over the crowd. Some make the sign of the Aquila on their chest, others collapse to their knees with prayer to the God Emperor on their lips. This wave of pious shock does not seem to discompose Ulfara in the slightest. He just chuckles into his beard and glances around curiously. It's called post-human dread. "Serene light of my eyes, I am overjoyed to see you are among us once more. Truly, the Exalted One is merciful for showing you the way back home. I hope the Ashmags who left us to anguish without our Lord Captain have already become food for the warp demons." I nearly lost it when you disappeared on me. I was getting by on stimulants and recap. I barely slept. So I could keep listening to the whispers for any clue on how to find you. The only other time I felt so powerless was when Lady Theodora... Pardon me, Lord Captain, I'm talking nonsense. Enough talk. Your master is waiting for a proper celebration. We begin one at once. Glory to the rogue trader, to House von Valencius. Captain, the senior officers will report to you shortly. In your absence, we received a number of astropathic messages and dispatches that demand your attention. Hello, Nomos have come to welcome you back. Humanity by pitting the arch-enemy's blight against that of the Xenos. One day they will fall before the sacred flame. For now, we can be satisfied with having enemies of Terra destroy one another. Did Nomos say it correctly? Glad you're learning to understand me, Nomos. Nomos are glad too. We must go now. We will come to speak with you later. We're glad to see order restored and the head of the dynasty resume his reign. We are concerned about you and your well-being. One can detect with naked eye the movements when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving and sink and slowly shuffle off to their posts. I just want to go to bed. Lordship, I must report highly compromising information about members of your retinue, namely Mistress J. Hidari, who it turns out is nothing of the sort, but a commoner, a fugitive of the law and deserter from the Imperial Guard. I have solid evidence to prove it. This evidence had better be incontrovertible. It's all here, your lordship. Official records from the Administratum, attestations from the Departmentum Munitorum, much more besides. I want to know the details. I may have overlooked some nuances, but I have solid evidence that the person whom we presently know as J. Hidari served in the 19th Ifrit Regiment and was identified as the perpetrator of numerous instances of theft and smuggling as well as desertion. This individual is not of noble birth but the lowest origins. How did you come to know this? In your lordship's absence, the burden of watching over the dynasty's treasury fell upon my shoulders. I deemed J. Hidari the likeliest threat to the dynasty's material security. Smart. I had my people conduct an investigation. They uncovered a past connection between Hidari and an individual by the name of Mercy, a highly influential figure in the Kaz Basilica mission with a dangerous reputation. Fearing that those predatory interests of the Kaz Basilica would pose a threat to your coffers, I began my own investigation. It was entirely reasonable to suspect collusion of some kind between Hidari and Mercy, and so my suspicions were confirmed. The two of them were connected. It was from Mercy's associates that I acquired the compromising intelligence on Hidari. Shocked me, did you? You little wannabe quester? Jay's biting voice and bearing undergo a stark transformation. Biting soldier slang cuts through her typically gentle speech. Don't miss a thing, your servants, Uriel. And they're sneaky too. Sneaky as too. They'll climb up Grax's arse to find out what they want to know. I think we ought to talk about your past. Only if this scum slings his hook.
Well, your lordship, ask away. I'll tell it like it is. I'm not going to try to wriggle out of it. So what do you want to hear, Shireen? A children's tale about a beautiful princess? A ballad about a queen of thieves? How about a new story, Shireen? Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived on a sand-covered lump of rock. And the core of that rock contained untold riches for servants of the Imperium. The girl scraped out those riches with her little hands, breaking her back and coughing up her lungs, on behalf of people who had never clapped eyes upon her, and who would never know her name. She did this every day until she turned 16. And then his servants came and drafted the girl into the 19th Ifrit Regiment. Can you imagine? Of course, the regiment was wiped out on its first sortie, but the girl survived. The Exalted One protects. So what was next? Years serving in the Astra Militarum, just a shitload of hard labor, and fighting, and deals, and shady connections, and new opportunities. But everything in this world ends sooner or later, Shireen. The now not-so-little girl went and fell in with the Kasbalika. She saved up a little gold, and she even indulged in excess from time to time. Until living the good life almost cost the little girl her head after her patrons got caught in an internal investigation between the Officio Prefectus and Departamento Munitorum.
So the commissariat and the guard were trying to get you.
So the girl ran as fast as her little legs could carry her, until her eyes and the beams of fortune brought her to the expanse. A shitty story, all things considered, Shireen.
His real name Jay, at least?
I swear on the grave of my drunkard father who sold me into the mines, and on the lives of the 11 siblings I never had, Shireen.
This definitely is not. I knew you were no princess.
Oh, really, Shireen? And there I thought you were quite ready to believe my time-honed thespian performance.
So you used to be in the...
Corporal Haydari reporting for duty, sir. I've had enough of the Astra Militarum shit to last a lifetime, Shireen. And my body's collected enough souvenirs from run-ins with Xenos and heretics to last 2 lifetimes. Except, when it comes to the Guard, there's no such thing as used to be. That wretched life sank its claws into me good. But that also means I remember what it's like to be a small, shaking, insignificant pawn. And that's why I appreciate what I have now all the more. It was orcs. Not everything I say is a lie, Shireen. What? You think it's difficult? Once me and my fellow guardsmen snuck into the upper city in search of a good watering hole, where the high and mighty of that world congregated. Another time, our regiment was sent to defend the tallest spires on a hive world. And I had an epiphany. I saw how the other half lives. And by half, I mean the ones born with a diamond spoon in their mouth, instead of an entrenching shovel rammed up their arse. My eyes were open to the truth, Shireen. The Imperium is full of opportunities, even for people like myself. The trick is knowing whose palms to grease, whose boots to lick, whose throat to squeeze, and whose arses to kick. I was very popular with everyone in the Guard Command, you see. I'd procure things for them, whatever they wanted. And so the Kasbalika took notice.
So you're deserted.
You know, Shireen, I could still be bouncing around from one world to another, holed up on tired old ships with only venal grunts for company, if I hadn't decided I wanted more for my life. I accepted a shipment from the Kasbalika of certain chemicals. You know, for carnal pleasures and the like. Some bigwig was throwing a party to celebrate his 5th decade in the service. And that's when I got the attention of the newly arrived commissar. I was rummaging through the pockets of Astra Militarum with one hand and shuffling the Kasbalican cargo with the other. You can imagine what would have happened to my head had the commissar not started with my higher-ranked patrons.
I see.
Whoop the fu- Never mind.
Who's this Mercy Danrak has accused you of?
We knew each other once. He helped me make the move to the Expanse and establish my first connections. But that's an old story I prefer not to poke at if I can help it. Things are good in my life now, and I don't need mercy. Are you worried I'm going to start spitting on the deck and shriveling your officers' ears with my foul tongue? Don't be, Shireen. I much prefer being seen as a princess rather than a deserter. I'll continue to play the part in front of the others, but you wanted to talk frankly. So I've dropped the act.
You'll answer
What, the
for it.
throne, Shireen? No, 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 don't!
Bye-bye. Now then, Lord Captain, shall we get to business? We have a number of items to go over. The Expanse is in flames, your lordship. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid our systems. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We've heard rumors of the fall of Santil's pride, House Cordo's world, an outrageous sacrilege given how abundant and inexpensive Promethium is there. Now, between House Winterscale and House Corda, chaos reigns everywhere. Our esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it. Trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at footfall to draw them into a fist that will smash the rampaging heretics and Xenos vermin. Drukhari, your lordship. Their squadrons, both large and small, are invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planets, taking captives by the thousands, and attacking ships as if something has poked their nests, if you will, and now they are lashing out. How fare the worlds of my dynasty? The Heretics' malicious act makes it difficult to maintain astropathic contact between the colonies. So everywhere, their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Vibos 6, a mutiny was crushed by a group of newly arrived prisoners succumbed to blasphemous propaganda. But other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to their pernicious influence. Exactly. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor Calcazar has declared himself Warden of the Coronis Expanse and has issued orders to requisition troops. He's made Footfall his base of operations, as it was most logistically convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes throughout the Expanse, destroying the forces of the Cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being reduced to ashes. When the heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, the hallowed forge of the Cognizance fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force. Now they and the explorer squadrons, recalled from the front lines, stand together against the heretics in a battle for the sacred planet. What is the source of the strife between Incendia and Caligos? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue traders to join his summons, Her Lady Incendia Corda heeded the summons, while his lordship Caligos Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it his refusal was defiant in manner and served with as a pretext for Lady Corda to declare war on House Winterscale. Winterscale's ships are being hunted and his worlds occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to the Imperial Creed. Surprising for all his love of fighting, Winterscale is in no hurry to defend his domain. According to intercepted astropathic messages, he and his retinue are currently on Queta Timur hunting down a Xenos fleet, Eldari by all appearances. Is there anything else I should know? There have been other minor developments. If you wish, I will gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. Would not want them to take any time away from this occasion. Thank you for the report. Lord Captain, allow me to make a request, a personal one. While you were away, Zachary Wise received an astropathic message from Dargonis. It concerns my family. The Wissarians have been accused of treason against House von Valencius. What? How is that possible? I cannot comprehend it. The Wissarians have served the rogue trader dynasty loyally for generations. This is hard to admit, but the news has come as a crushing blow. The accusations were leveled by or on behalf of the Drive Stems, the governing house. Under normal circumstances, the investigation would not have required your involvement, and my entire family would have been. But being of noble stock, the Wissarians are entitled, under an ancient custom, to the petition for the rogue trader's personal protection once in a generation. Your protection, Lord Captain. Do you deny us that honor? I implore you. Tell Zachary Wise to send a message to Dargonis saying I will personally take part in the investigation. It will be done, Lord Captain. Can I be done? Failing and hunching her shoulders, she looks haggard and there are bags under her eyes. Her hair is disheveled. Her hands quiver slightly every few moments. With some effort, she focuses her eyes on you and forces a crooked smile. Thank you for agreeing to hear me out, Lord Captain. Here's the deal. After all that happened, the voices in my head suddenly flared up and started gabbling worse than before. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm handling them just fine, but I think I know a way to get them to settle down a bit. I keep having the same vision over and over again. I'm walking down a corridor and there's this door at the end, and I just know that right behind that is a blissful silence. All I've got to do is reach it and open it, so I touch it with my fingers, I can feel the cold rough metal, then I suddenly snap out of it and I always find myself staring at a wall in some compartment or other. I look behind me, all the doors on the way are open, but I have no memory of how I got there. Lord Captain, I'll cut to the chase. Please help me find that door. I'm not joking. This is a matter of life and death. My gut's telling me it's my last chance to deal with my powers, and if I don't, we have to find that door or you're too unstable. Yes, Lord Captain, I'll prove to you that I deserve a place aboard this ship. As soon as I sense we're close, I'll let you know right away. Alright, guys. Ah, heck. Well, I'm gonna see if I can fix this, or if I have to run back through, I will later. It's been a good stream for me. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're gonna keep trucking forward with this game next week. We got out of Kimura, which is good. Other than that, I don't have a lot for you. I am tired. Tell the people you love that you love them. It matters. I love you, Coyote. And drink water. This is a threat. Fortnight tomorrow. I will see you then. Cowdran out. No raid. I'm just going to bed. Alright, so I'm gonna have to replay this behind the scenes.